This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat, that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Knicks. Let's talk about
Go
it.
ahead,
All
he knows.
right. This is the thing. Bud man fans. Terence Bud Crawford fanboy man crushes. And Terence Crawford actually think they have options. Let me say it again. Bud man fans. Terence Bud Crawford fanboy man crushes. And Terence Bud Crawford himself actually think they have options. There's only one option. It's called the Spence Crawford rematch. Let me say it again. There's only one option. The Spence versus Crawford rematch. That's the only option on the table. There's no entertaining a cockamamie Canelo Alvarez fight. There's no entertaining a cockamamie Jerome Boots Ennis. There's no entertaining Jamel fucking Charlo. It's Canelo Alvarez versus Errol the True Spence. Errol the True Spence versus Canelo Alvarez. It is the only scenario that is going to play out. It is the only scenario. Errol the True Spence versus Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford versus Errol the True Spence. Terence Crawford has to get done the fuck up. He has to get punished. He has to get bulldozed. He has to get steamrolled. He has to get plowed through and through. Yes, it's still line upon line. It's still precept upon precept. It's still punishment. But guess what? It's punishment nevertheless. Punishment is on the menu. Punishment is before. Punishment is during. And punishment is after. Let me say it again. Punishment is before. Punishment is during. Punishment is after. But it's punishment nevertheless. Errol the True Spence is a bulldozer by trade. So bulldozing has to be on the menu. Errol the True Spence is a steamroller by trade. Steamrolling has to be on the menu. Errol the True Spence is Mr. Tactical Aggression. Mr. Technical Punching Placement. Mr. Body Snatching Work. It's still a levying onslaught. But it's a levying onslaught of conglomeration of punishment. What you guys are going to see December 2023 is the get back. Yes. Man down strap season is still in effect. Floyd Mayweather said so eloquently, minor setback for a major comeback. But guess what? You're going to see the greatest minor setback for the greatest major comeback. Yes. The Megalodon shark has no predator. It is the predator. The only reason why the Megalodon shark had a predator is because he was forced to have a predator. Megalodon sharks on their own natural volition, they don't have predators. Megalodon sharks are predators. So when a Megalodon shark has a predator, it's because the Megalodon shark was forced out of its own ecosystem. It's not because it had an actual predator. Woof. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me. Hear me. Motherfucking well. A Megalodon shark has no predator. It is the predator. So when a Megalodon shark has a predator, that means it was forced out of its own ecosystem. Listen to the operative word. Forced out of its own ecosystem. But to be forced out of an own person's own ecosystem, that means the person has to dominate their own ecosystem. When you're forced out of something, you're forced out of it because you were dominating it. Let me say it again. When you're forced out of something, you were forced out of it because you were dominating. You see, what most boxing fans are, they are Rudy Poo and Plum Plum. What most boxing fans are, they are classic dope and troglodyte. What most boxing fans are, they are ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetorics. This is why boxing can sell them an illusion. They can sell them the Matrix. They can sell them an infinite Tsukuyomi. They can sell them a virtual reality. Listen, man, we all got our VR goggles on. If you put your VR goggles on, you can sit there and what? Get an illusion like you have a woman in front of you. But does that mean the woman is in front of you? Woo! The real G's, the super real G's, the ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets got it. But if you lack this, corpus callosum, if you lack this, cerebellum, if you lack this, medulla oblongata, you will never get the message. But the message is as simple as this, that when it's all said and done, the Spence versus Crawford rematch will be the natural order of boxing restoring itself. See, boxing had to get into what's called matching fights, matching fixing fights. Boxing had to get into this dichotomy to where they had to elevate Terence Crawford because nobody was checking for Terence Crawford. Nobody knew who Terence Crawford was. So they had to get his celebrity to match Errol the True Spence's celebrity. This is why Terence Crawford is now able to be who he is. You see, he's doing CBS interviews now. He's on Sway and Tech. He's all over the place. Nobody fucking knew who he was. He couldn't sell a chicken dinner, let alone a cookout. So they told Errol the True Spence, stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. Yes, they made him higgity fucking hush his superstar status so that Terence Crawford could elevate his superstar status. Remember, one must decrease in order for the other to increase. Let me say it again. One must decrease in order for the other to increase, even in fixed situations. Now Terence Crawford has a namesake. What do you think the numbers are going to look like in Spence versus Crawford 2? Did you get it? Or do I need to speak in a third grade language for you to get it? You see what they just did? They did this so that you simpletons, even content creators, fall for the nonsense. Because they understand that you are brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. They understand that you can be neuro-linguistic programmed. So they neuro-linguistically programmed your damn brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo head self. When it's all said and done, Spence versus Crawford 1 is not a real fight. It's a loaded and padded gloved fight. It's a PED using fight. It is basically a super soldier serum cocktail fight. It is a Victor Conte fight. It is a mixed fight. It is a mafia boss fight. But in the Spence versus rematch, you will actually see boxing restored to its truest and its most properest levels. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. You know, infamously, like we say. And He Knows Everything says it best. We keeping the foot on the what? On the nicks. We keeping the foot on the what? On the nicks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.